Hey up, it's been a while since I've just done like a little sit down chat, just chat about what I've been up to and answering your questions. So that is what this video is going to be today. And yeah, so we'll get straight into it. I asked you on Instagram, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll leave a link to it below. So first question, what do you do when your motivation drops? So I think it's inevitable that we're not always going to be like an upward trend of like wanting to do loads of stuff on the bike. And so I just feel like when you are feeling a little bit of lack of motivation, just take a bit of time off. And then in that bit of time that you're taking it off, just like look for different places, events, or like adventures that you want to go on and like plan those. And then that normally, for me anyway, just like gets my motivation up there to like start riding again because I want to do this like thing or whatever it is. So yeah, best bit of advice, take a bit of rest and then like plan some adventures. Are you doing PBP next year? So PBP is Paris-Brest-Paris. I think is it 1400k or 1600? It's just like the most, I think that is the most famous Audax. It's like a long distance cycling event. And I've always been like, I don't really think I fancy it because of all the people, because I love Audax because there's not loads of people. But actually, I'm being a little bit swayed, so maybe. I think I'll do all like the qualifiers for it because you have to do a 2, 3, 4 and a 600 to do it. I don't know, maybe I'll just do those anyway and then see how I get on. Next question from Sophie. How the heck do you lot keep fit riding during winter? I just moved from Brisbane to London. SOS. Zwift and then like group rides, I can't even speak, group rides at the weekend. Just so if it wasn't for a group ride, I probably wouldn't go out in like the depths of winter. I'm just Zwifting. That's it, Zwift. Have you ever done the North Coast 500? Yes, I have. I did videos, daily videos. I think I did it over, I think there were 3 of us. We did it over 5 days and we had a motorhome. One of our friends like drove that and then we just slept in there. It was such a fun adventure. I will leave the link to the videos below, but yeah, go and watch them. It is amazing. I actually think North Coast 500, I actually think I would probably just do the first 250 of it again because I think that is the best bit. Because we planned to come back down on the A9 and it was, I do not recommend that. Don't do that. What is your biggest cycling dream? That's like a big question. Let me think. I think after the crash last year, it's made me realise that just any ride I'm grateful for. But I think like in terms of big, I'd love, and I've said this for years and I've still never been, the Dolomites. Like I just really want to go and do the Dolomites. So I think that's probably, no, I'm going to make it a plan and a goal to do that next year. Favourite riding area in Yorkshire? The Yorkshire Dales. Do you even watch my videos? The Yorkshire Dales, without a doubt. Do you have any hobbies we don't know about? What am I keeping all from you? So I think the main thing, and you probably know this, but I really like trail running. I don't mind road running, but I prefer trail running and I do so much more of it in winter. And a little secret, I don't really ever put it on Strava. I sometimes put odd things on, but I like just to be able to go and just do it for the sake of doing it and it not being on and like it not being timed and it just not being like, it's just kind of like for me. I feel like it's turned into what like cycling was, but because like cycling I share with all you and I love doing that, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the running side of it is just kind of like my little getaway. And yeah, in winter I love it. So I guess that's one hobby. Another hobby that I did have, I used to play netball quite a lot, but then I stopped because that was in the Velodrome in Manchester and I was like, when I saw everyone riding, I was like, I want to be doing that more, so I gave that up because anyway, it messes up with your ankles, the amount of sprained ankles I had. The other thing, I thought maybe I'll take that up. I did a lot of dance, so like I actually was going to study it at uni and didn't. And then it just kind of dropped off and I'm like, I actually thought this yesterday. I was like, maybe I'll start taking dance lessons again. Who knows? Maybe. But anything that's like outdoorsy, like, I don't know, exercise, like, I don't think of it as exercise, but anything just moving around, like, I like walking as well, like me and a few friends, we hiked up Snowdon. I really like that. It was really hard, I was sore the next day, but yeah, I really like that. So yeah, anything generally outdoorsy. Because, I should say this as well, I'm just not really artistic. So me and my mum and sister had like, really like a pottery clay thing, I'm just very bad at stuff like that. I'm terrible at it. I gave it a go, but like my sister is amazing at stuff like that. My mum was kind of like in the middle. She gave it a go, but yeah, I'm not very artistic. I think because we were saying that like I got the sporty gene and she got like all the artistic stuff. So any training tips for a newbie road rider who signed up for a 200-mile road ride next year? Also, that was from Gaz, and also my friend Russ asked the same question. He's just signed up for Tour de Bank, which is like a 200k, like 3,000 meters, like quite a lot. So the thing that I've always said and the thing that I've always done, and this can be different for everyone, but this is how I did it. I started just building up from, so I'd do a flat 100k, then I would do a hilly 100k, then I would do a flat 200, and then a hilly 200, then a flat 300, and then a hilly 300, then a flat 400, you get the gist. But because the difference between, say, a hilly 100 and a flat 200 time-wise is quite similar, so I feel like that kind of bridges the gap between distance. So yeah, that's how I would do it. But just give it a go, because you don't know what you can do until you've tried it or done it. So I think a lot of people think, I could never do that, I could never ride that far, I could never do that event. Like I remember, like genuinely, I was so nervous. And this was, I think it was called the Half Hog. I didn't even do the full one. And it was years ago, and I think it was like 85k. And it had like 1,500 meters of elevation, and I think that at the time that would have been the most elevation is it the most elevation I've done? Anyway, it was hard to me, and I was like, I don't think I can do this, but I just rocked up anyway, did it, and then afterwards I was so proud. So just go and give things a try, because you have to have those nerves. Like if you weren't pushing yourself, then you wouldn't have those nerves. Not that we all have to push ourselves, but yeah, I think everyone has that. I still have it like on Audaxes. Even when I've done the distance or I've done the elevation before, I still get like that. It's like kind of like a nervous excitement. So I just like that feeling, because I just think it's just excitement. Like, yeah. So don't get nervous. Just think of it as just excitement, because that's all it is. What safety gear do you use to be seen when riding through the night? You will see all of this very soon. But the main thing is I've got like a harness thing. Which I think is called from Monkey C, which I got on All Points North, and then just lights, main light, rear light, and then a backup of both. So yeah, but you'll be seeing that very soon, because I might be doing a little bit of a night ride this weekend. That's my big ride this weekend. So excited for it. Current training plan looking like right now. So I'm doing mainly tempo and sweet spot with a couple of little bursts. So yeah, it's just building out the base, ready for a long winter ahead. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So because I want to do endurance, like that's what I kind of like train to do. So just make sure you're training for what specifically that you want to do. Are you going to be riding All Points North 2023? Any other ultra plans? I won't be, because I think that's on the same date as another event that I'm doing. So that's very exciting. When is your next mountain bike ride? Soonish, because that is something that I do more in winter, and me and my friend Phil are going to go and have a day in Scotland. So as soon as we can get that sorted out and figured. What do you do for work? I mean, I'm very lucky to say this, but this is my work. YouTube is my main job now, but I was a journalist for like 10 years, and then I became a YouTuber. And I guess every YouTuber says this, but thank you, genuinely, because if you weren't watching my videos, commenting, like taking an interest in like what I'm doing, I wouldn't be able to do this as a job. So I owe everything that I'm able to do now to all of you. So genuinely, thank you. Like I can't even tell you like how much I appreciate it. So thank you. Best ride you've had? The best bike ride I've probably ever been on. Oh, there's just so many. I think one of my favourites was like the first time I went to Mallorca, because that was just, and this sounds so stereotypical for like a roadie to say this, but my God, it was good. And I think the first time I saw Sacalobra, I was so blown away how beautiful that road is. Like I actually cried, and like I'm not ashamed to admit that I cried over how beautiful that road was. So that's one of them. I've been so lucky that I've been to so many beautiful places, but that one particularly stands out. A lot of France, just really, really pretty. I guess the ride that I'm most proud of is All Points North, because that was a long time coming. So I was really proud that I did that. But yeah, that's answered your question. Jim says, will you be visiting the Tourmalet next year for a certain bike race? I'm quite certain that I will be visiting that once, if not twice next year. So yeah, very, very, very excited about that. So I'm going to do 2 more questions and then I'm going to go because this is just getting a long, long video. Tacos or burritos? Burritos every time. Not a fan of tacos. Paul says, when are you next in Newcastle? Well, I have no plans to come to Newcastle. However, Paul, I am wanting to come up to Northumberland for like a couple of days because the beaches and I think it's just beautiful there. So it's like northeast. So the next video that you'll see will be the bike setup for the weekend's ride. So it's going to be like a long night ride and I am so excited for it. Like I'm practically giddy with excitement thinking about it because I've not done a night ride in a long time and this is going to be fun. And the weather's meant to be absolutely beautiful. Really nice and well, fingers crossed. I don't want to jinx it. So thank you so much for watching. Any other questions, leave them below. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of a question video. I mean, in winter, we've got all the time, aren't we? Because we're not doing as much riding outside. So happy to do more of these if you like them. And I will see you all next video. See you later. Next video. Ooh. Oh, I found these in my pocket earlier. And I was super happy. I love spearmint polos. Still in date. Are you still allowed to give horse polos? Just the plain ones or the mint ones? Because I never have the spearmint ones.